Have you ever felt like your own mind is working against you? Like no matter what you do, there is always a voice saying, "It's not enough." Most of the time you don't even realize you are at war with your own mind. You wake up already behind. You move through the day feeling not enough. You fall asleep replaying everything you should have done better. In Buddhism, this inner conflict is seen as one of the deepest forms of suffering, not because life is hard, but because we are always pushing against what is already here. In this video, we are going to explore 8 powerful lessons rooted in Buddhist wisdom that will help you stop fighting your thoughts, release inner tension, and find lasting inner peace. These gentle practices will guide you to let go of overthinking, soften self-judgment, and reconnect with a calmer, more balanced way of living, one moment at a time. Lesson 1. Notice the inner conflict without trying to fix it. The first step toward peace is not changing yourself. It is seeing clearly how often you are at war within. Most people think their stress comes from outside circumstances, deadlines, expectations, other people. But if you look closely, there is something else happening beneath all of that. A constant commentary. A voice that says, "This isn't enough. You should be better. Why did you do that? What's wrong with you?" This voice is so familiar that you may not even notice it anymore, but it shapes your entire experience of life. Buddhism teaches that suffering does not only come from pain itself, but from resistance to what is already present. When you feel tired, the mind says, "I shouldn't feel this way." When you make a mistake, "I need to fix this immediately." When you feel anxious, "Something is wrong with me." This is the fight, not the feeling itself, but the rejection of it. So the first practice is simple. Do not try to fix yourself. Do not try to improve anything. Just notice. Notice how often you correct your thoughts. Notice how quickly you judge your emotions. Notice the tension that appears when things are not exactly how you want them to be. You may begin to see something surprising. The mind is rarely at rest. It is always trying to adjust, improve, control, or escape. And this effort is exhausting. So instead of adding more effort, try something different. When a thought appears, pause. When a feeling rises, pause. Say silently, "This is here," not "This shouldn't be here." This small shift creates space. You are no longer immediately reacting, you are observing. And in that observation, something softens. You begin to realize that not every thought needs to be believed. Not every feeling needs to be solved. Some things can simply be allowed. This is where peace begins, not in changing yourself, but in no longer resisting yourself. Lesson 2. Stop trying to control every thought. One of the most exhausting battles you fight each day is the attempt to control your own mind. You try to think the right thoughts. You try to avoid negative ones. You try to replace doubt with confidence, fear with certainty, discomfort with calm. But the mind does not work this way. Thoughts arise on their own, uninvited, unplanned, unpredictable. Buddhism teaches that thoughts are not who you are. They are events, passing through awareness like clouds moving through the sky. But when you believe every thought, you become trapped inside them. And when you try to control every thought, you create even more of them. Have you noticed this? The more you try not to think about something, the louder it becomes. The more you try to fix your mind, the more restless it feels. This is not failure. This is the nature of the mind. So what if you stopped trying to control it? What if instead you allowed thoughts to come and go, without interference? Try this gently. When a thought appears, especially one you don't like, do not push it away. Do not argue with it. Do not replace it. Just notice it, like watching a sound pass through a quiet room. You might say silently, thinking is happening, not this thought is me. This creates distance. You are no longer inside the thought. You are aware of it, and awareness is always calmer than the thing it observes. Over time, something changes. Thoughts lose their urgency. They come and go more freely. You feel less pulled, less overwhelmed. You begin to trust that you do not need to manage every mental movement. And with that trust comes relief. Peace does not come from having a perfect mind. It comes from no longer needing to control it. When you stop fighting your thoughts, they stop fighting you back. Lesson 3. Allow your emotions to exist without resistance. There is a quiet struggle that most people carry every day, not against the world, but against their own emotions. You feel sadness and immediately try to explain it away. You feel anxiety and search for a way to make it disappear. You feel anger and tell yourself you shouldn't feel that way. Without realizing it, you have learned to treat your own inner experience as a problem, something to fix, something to control, something to push away. But in Buddhism, emotions are not seen as enemies. They are movements of the mind, natural, temporary, human. The suffering does not come from the emotion itself. It comes from the resistance to it. When you resist sadness, it lingers. When you fight anxiety, it intensifies. When you suppress anger, it hardens. The more you try to escape what you feel, the more tightly it holds you. So what if, just for a moment, you stopped resisting? Not forever, just for now. When an emotion arises, pause. Feel where it lives in your body. Is it in your chest, your stomach, your throat? Notice its texture. Is it heavy, tight, restless? Do not label it as good or bad. Do not try to make it go away. Simply allow it to be there. Say silently, "This is what I'm feeling right now, nothing more." You may notice something subtle. When you stop fighting the emotion, it begins to change. Not because you forced it to, but because everything in life is moving. The Buddha taught that all experiences are impermanent. This includes your emotions. Even the most intense feelings rise, peak, and pass. But when you resist them, you interrupt this natural process. You hold them in place. Allowing is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is trusting that you can feel something without being consumed by it. Over time, this practice transforms your relationship with yourself. You become less afraid of what you feel. You stop running from discomfort. You begin to see emotions as temporary visitors, not permanent states. And something else begins to happen. Compassion arises. Instead of judging yourself for feeling a certain way, you start to meet yourself with understanding. This is hard. It makes sense that I feel this. This is how inner conflict dissolves, not by eliminating emotions, but by making space for them. Peace is not the absence of feeling. It is the absence of resistance. Lesson 4. Let go of the need to be perfect. One of the deepest sources of inner conflict is the belief that you must be better than you are right now. Better thoughts, better habits, better discipline, better control. There is always a version of yourself in your mind that you are trying to become, and until you reach that version, you feel incomplete. This creates a quiet but constant tension. No matter what you do, it is never enough. No matter how far you've come, there is always more to fix. In Buddhism, this is understood as craving, the desire for things to be different than they are. And while growth is natural, this kind of striving often leads to suffering because it is rooted in rejection of the present self. You are not improving from a place of care. You are trying to escape who you are. So what happens if you stop chasing perfection? Not because you've given up, but because you no longer believe that peace exists somewhere in the future. Take a moment and notice, right now, is there something you are criticizing about yourself, your productivity, your appearance, your past decisions? There is always something. And beneath that criticism is a quiet belief. I will be okay when this is fixed. But what if that moment never comes? What if peace is not waiting for you at the end of improvement? What if it is available only when you stop rejecting yourself? The Buddha taught the middle way, not indulgence, not harsh discipline, but balance. This means allowing yourself to grow without turning growth into self-punishment. You can still learn, you can still change, you can still evolve, but not from a place of, I am not enough, from a place of, I am already worthy of peace. This changes everything. When you act from self-acceptance instead of self-rejection, your actions become lighter. You are no longer driven by pressure. You are guided by clarity. You stop forcing yourself. You start supporting yourself. Over time, the inner voice softens. Instead of, why aren't you better? It becomes, you're learning. Instead of, this isn't enough. It becomes, this is where I am, and something releases. The tension of becoming, the pressure to fix everything, the need to constantly prove your worth. You begin to rest in who you are, while still allowing life to unfold. This is not stagnation, it is peace. Perfection is not required for a meaningful life, only presence is. Lesson 5. Stop comparing your path to others. There is a quiet habit that creates more suffering than you may realize. Comparison. You look at others and measure yourself against them, their success, their progress, their happiness. And without even noticing it, your mind begins to whisper, I'm behind. I should be further along. Why is it easier for them? This comparison does not motivate you. It drains you. It creates a sense that your life is somehow lacking, that where you are is not enough. In Buddhism, this is understood as a form of attachment. Attachment to an idea of how life should look. And when reality does not match that idea, suffering arises. But here is something important to see. You are comparing your inner experience to someone else's outer appearance. You see their results, but not their struggles. You see their highlights, but not their doubts. And even more deeply, you are assuming that their path should be your path. But life does not unfold in a straight line. It unfolds uniquely for each person. Different timing, different challenges, different lessons. The Buddha taught that each individual walks their own path toward understanding. There is no single timeline, no universal standard. So when you compare yourself to others, you step away from your own life. You lose connection with your own pace, your own growth, your own direction. Instead of asking, "How am I doing?" you begin asking, "How do I measure up?" And that question has no peaceful answer. So what can you do instead? Gently return to yourself. When you notice comparison arising, pause. Acknowledge it without judgment. This is comparison. Then bring your attention back to your own experience, your breath, your body, your present moment. Ask yourself, what is true for me right now? Not what should be true. You may notice something surprising. Your life, as it is already full. Not perfect, but real. And when you stay with what is real, comparison loses its power. Another practice is gratitude, not forced, but honest. Notice what is already present in your life. Your efforts, your growth, your resilience, even small things. This shifts your focus from lack to sufficiency. You stop chasing someone else's version of life. You begin to inhabit your own. Over time, comparison softens. You feel less urgency to prove yourself, less pressure to keep up, more willingness to move at your own pace. And something deeper emerges, respect for your own path. You begin to see that your struggles have shaped you. Your timing has meaning. Your life does not need to look like anyone else's to be valid. This is where peace begins to grow, not when you finally catch up, but when you stop trying to. Your path is not late. Your path is not wrong. Your path is yours. And that is enough. Lesson 6. Forgive yourself for not knowing then what you know now. There is a quiet weight many people carry, not from what is happening now, but from what has already happened. Regret, memories of things you said, things you didn't say, decisions you wish you could change, moments that replay in your mind again and again. And each time, the same thought returns. I should have known better. This is one of the most painful forms of inner conflict, because you are holding your past self to the awareness you have today. But this is not fair. At that moment in your life, you acted from the level of understanding you had, from the emotions you were carrying, from the conditions you were living in. You did not have the clarity you have now, and yet you judge yourself as if you did. In Buddhism, wisdom grows over time. Awareness deepens through experience. You are not meant to be fully awake in every moment of your past. You are meant to learn, to evolve, to see more clearly as you move forward. So when you look back and feel regret, that feeling itself is evidence of growth. It means you see differently now. But instead of honoring that growth, you turn it into punishment. You revisit the past not to understand it, but to criticize yourself. This keeps the wound open again and again. So what would it feel like to respond differently? When a memory arises, pause. Notice the reaction in your body, the tightening, the heaviness, and instead of saying, "I shouldn't have done that," try something gentler. Say, "I didn't know then what I know now." Let that be enough. You are not excusing your actions. You are understanding them. There is a difference. Forgiveness is not about saying the past was perfect. It is about releasing the need to keep hurting yourself over it. The Buddha taught that clinging to the past creates suffering in the present. You cannot change what has already happened, but you can change how you relate to it. Each time you forgive yourself, you reclaim energy that was stuck in regret. You soften the relationship with your own story. You allow healing to begin. Over time, something shifts. The past loses its sharpness. The memories become quieter. You feel less defined by what you did and more connected to who you are becoming. This is how inner peace returns, not by erasing the past, but by no longer fighting it. You are allowed to move forward. You are allowed to grow beyond who you used to be. And you are allowed to treat your past self with the same understanding you would offer to someone you love. Lesson 7. Stop forcing yourself to feel okay all the time. There is a subtle pressure in modern life to always be okay, to stay positive, to stay strong, to keep going, no matter what. And when you don't feel okay, you begin to believe something is wrong with you, so you try to fix it. You distract yourself, you push through, you pretend. But beneath that effort, the discomfort remains. In Buddhism, this is understood as aversion, the resistance to unpleasant experience, the belief that discomfort should not exist. But life is not made only of calm and clarity. It includes confusion, fatigue, doubt, pain. These are not signs that you are failing. They are part of being human. When you fight these states, you create a second layer of suffering. The first layer is the feeling itself. The second is the judgment. I shouldn't feel this way. This second layer is what makes everything heavier. So, what happens if you remove it? What if you allow yourself to not be okay sometimes? Not dramatically, not as an identity, but simply as a passing truth. Today feels heavy. Today feels difficult. And that is allowed. When you stop forcing yourself to feel okay, you create space for honesty. You stop performing for yourself. You stop exhausting yourself with constant correction. Instead, you meet your experience directly. If you feel tired, you acknowledge it. If you feel overwhelmed, you notice it. If you feel lost, you allow it. And something surprising happens. The moment you stop resisting the feeling, it begins to soften. Not instantly, but naturally, because emotions are not meant to be permanent. They move, they change, they pass. But when you suppress them, they stay longer. This practice requires patience and kindness. You are not trying to stay stuck in discomfort. You are allowing it to exist without turning it into a problem. Over time, this changes your relationship with difficult moments. You become less afraid of them. You trust that you can move through them. You stop needing to escape your own experience, and this creates a deeper form of peace. Not the peace of always feeling good, but the peace of not needing to feel good all the time. This is emotional freedom. You are no longer controlled by your state. You are grounded. Even when things feel uncertain, you understand that life moves in cycles, and you allow yourself to move with it. There is nothing wrong with you for having difficult days. There is nothing broken about feeling lost sometimes. You are simply experiencing life as it is. And when you stop fighting that truth, you begin to feel lighter. Lesson 8. Return to the present moment again and again. At the root of most inner conflict is disconnection from the present moment. Your mind moves constantly into the past, replaying what has already happened, into the future, imagining what might go wrong. And in this movement, you lose contact with what is here. This creates tension because you are living in places where you have no control. The past cannot be changed, the future cannot be fully predicted. And yet, the mind keeps returning there, trying to fix, trying to prepare, trying to secure. In Buddhism, peace is always found in the present, not as an idea, but as a direct experience. Right now, in this moment, ask yourself, what is actually happening? Not what you are thinking about, not what you are worried about, but what is real. Right now, you are breathing, you are here. There is a body sitting or standing. There are sounds, there is space. This moment, as simple as it is not a problem. The conflict exists in the mind's movement away from it. So, the practice is gentle. Return, again and again, not forcefully, not perfectly, just returning. When you notice your mind drifting into worry, pause, take a breath. Feel the inhale, feel the exhale. Bring your attention back to your body, your surroundings, your senses. This is not about stopping thought. It is about remembering where life is actually happening. Over time, this becomes easier. You catch yourself sooner. You return more quickly. The distance between you and the present moment becomes smaller. And with that comes a quiet sense of stability. You are no longer lost in endless mental loops. You have a place to return to, here, now. This does not mean your problems disappear, but your relationship to them changes. You meet them from a grounded place, not from panic, not from overwhelm, from presence. And presence is powerful. It allows clarity to arise. It allows decisions to come more naturally. It allows you to experience life instead of constantly thinking about it. This is where peace becomes real, not something you chase, not something you wait for, something you touch in ordinary moments. A breath, a step, a quiet pause. Each time you return to the present, you step out of the conflict in your mind and back into the simplicity of being alive, again and again. As you see, peace comes from no longer fighting who you are in this moment. Each time you notice, each time you soften, each time you allow, you take a step out of conflict and into calm. You do not need to change everything at once. Just begin here, gently. If this reflection helped you feel a little more at ease, consider subscribing to Mindfulness for more peaceful teachings, Buddhist wisdom, and practices that guide you back to yourself. Thank you for being here. May you move through life with less resistance and more quiet peace.